Hey y'all, how you doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm out for my daily walk, thinking about the day, thinking about the conversations, thinking about those next steps. In particular today, I'm thinking about a conversation I had. Actually, the past couple of days I've been having this conversation with a few different educators and thinking about, okay, what can we do? What gives us the most impact to get students to move, to get students to buy in, to engage students, to process with students? And there's a lot of things that go into that, but one of the things that I've seen that has the most impact is having conversations with students on a one-to-one basis, whether you want to call them data chats or mini conferences or mini sessions with kids, whatever works best for you. Finding some way to schedule those conversations with students and really meet with them on a one-to-one basis and talk about the quizzes over the week, or talk about homework, or talk about maybe some online sessions or online learning you've been doing, but checking in with a student to making sure they know, hey, I'm looking in on you, I'm on your side, I'm trying to help you out with different pieces on that one-to-one individual basis really is helpful. And really, to help with that, one of the things that I found can be extremely helpful is setting up some data folders for students. And it kind of sounds simple and sounds almost cheesy as we think about different things, but really setting up a folder for every individual student with some place to kind of keep some data. And what that folder does is it allows you to have a place where you can go and say, okay, here's the conversation I had, and maybe tracking down how many conversations you did. And by tracking that down for you, really keeps you kind of holding true to yourself and thinking about the schedules, making sure, hey, did I check in with that student this week? Did I check in with that student this month? Thinking about how often do we check in with students, and that data folder is kind of a record to remind yourself. Sometimes we get busy, sometimes things get ahead of us, and if I look back to that and say, hey, when's the last time I had a conversation with that student? But then also with that's a good place to kind of open that folder up, sit by the student one-to-one and say, hey, let's look at this for a minute. What do you think about this? What are your next steps? Whatever age they are. Of course, it looks different for a kindergartner or a 12th grader or an 8th grader, but having a talk with the conversation with the student saying, hey, here's where we are, here's where you are, here's what I think we're doing well. What do you think is going well? What do you think some of these conversations can look like? And what do you think we can do for next step? So having the data folder is really a good place to kind of keep us all honest, kind of keep us all thinking about, hey, let's have those conversations. Because the more we have those conversations, first off, the more you're going to learn specifically about each individual student. You really learn a lot by spending, honestly, even 3, 5, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a long time, but maybe 3 or 5 minutes with an individual student one-to-one. You learn so much. And of course, you're probably not going to be able to meet with every student every day, but maybe set yourself a schedule. One that I hear a lot of is, did I meet with every student once every 2 weeks? Whatever schedule works for you, thinking about that can be a really great way to do that too. So think about, set yourself a schedule, give yourself a data folder, think about what is the data points I can look at and review. Am I looking at growth goals for the whole year? Am I looking at homework completion? Am I looking at, did you understand a particular question on homework? Whatever it is that makes sense to you, but having that conversation, that deep conversation with that student to show, hey, I'm watching, I'm kind of checking on you, but I'm also on your side. So think about that next time you're thinking about data conversations, thinking about data chats, thinking about motivation. Data folders can make a really big deal. All right, that's it. Have a good day, all.